Matt Moore of the Action Network says that Jake LaRavia might be traded. So John Konchar is available in trade talks. And the other day we tried looking at the Grizzlies salary at who could potentially be traded for or moved because they're trying to keep Bismack Biyombo. But once December 19th, I believe, comes around, the game, whatever game that Mr. Ja Morant can come back to, they have to cut somebody so they can keep Bismack Biyombo. They said they're going to keep Bismack Biyombo. And the whole thing is the guy who has the least guaranteed money is Kenny Lofton, but they want to keep Kenny Lofton. The second least guaranteed money is, I believe, I forget who, but it seems like they're making John Konchar and Jake LaRavia available. And Jake LaRavia has only played in 5 games this year, and he's the guy that I was actually excited for because I thought he did really good this offseason. And through 2 games with the hustle, he's had insane stats. So, and I mean, but he hasn't played since November 14th. So there is that, okay, or November 15th. Now, what would they trade? So my whole thought is maybe they're trading both guys because at that point you get more salary, and then when you start to look around like the trade candidates around the league, because if you package both LaRavia and Mr. John Konchar is making right now 2.4. LaRavia is making 3.1. That gives you 5.5 million. And this is a team that they've got their backup big, but they need a point guard. And for 5.5, you can go out and get a handful of point guards, or you can get guys like Isaac Okoro at the wing. You can go get a point guard. Like, you can go out and probably get like Kelly Hayes or Monty Morris, or a guy like DeLon Wright. Because sit here, let's go over the Wizards. Okay, the Wizards have DeLon Wright, so this is a deal where I personally think DeLon Wright's kind of like the perfect backup point guard for the Grizzlies, even though, no offense to Derrick Rose, but it hasn't been perfect. So if they sent them Jake LaRavia, John Konchar for, I don't even think picks would have to be involved, and that would work right here. They're saying the Wizards win this deal, but I honestly think that's not true. I think because you have Bismack Biyombo. This isn't like I think obviously as a Wizards fan, I like this deal because it gives me a backup, not a backup point guard, but gives me a Jake LaRavia, who I think is a young core. But for example, something like this, I could see happening where they send, the John Konchar and LaRavia package for a guy, and to know that they can take on 8.1 million really changes everything. Because for me, if they can take on 8.1 million, I think they should go after like Kelly and Hayes. Another guy, I don't think, Kelly and Hayes would be a guy. I mean, Caruso would be the most ideal. If they're willing to give up the picks, go after Caruso. I mean, they could also go after Gabe Vincent, but I don't think Gabe Vincent moves the needle like that. So that's where everything else becomes a lot complicated. But I mean, Jake LaRavia is a guy that I really like, and I was shocked to see Jake LaRavia on the report. So that's why this video is basically Jake LaRavia might be traded. I mean, this is a guy, like, he's an above average athlete. He's a good spot shooter. He can hit them out. He's a good off-ball cutter. Keeps the ball moving, makes smart passes. Can play both forward spots. Gives a good effort defensively. It's just that he's not the best movement shooter. So that's the big thing. But the Memphis Grizzlies might trade Jake LaRavia is crazy. In his second season, man. He's good. At least I thought he always was. I was always a fan of his, so that's at least me.